Hey everybody, welcome to the headlines. I am Jeff, and in this video, Jasmine Crockett once again makes an absolute fool of herself. Let's dive in.
I want to talk because it like the conspiracy theories are driving me insane. And maybe it is because I'm used to the law, just being the law and practicing and getting into a courtroom. And maybe it's because I've been there. But I am so confused about how they're like, oh, these poor little people, they did nothing wrong. And that's why the president let them all out of prison. Let's talk about the process, okay? Because you can say that an investigation has been flawed, and Lord knows, as a criminal defense attorney, it was my job to make sure that I dug into every single flaw, because I can tell you in almost every single prosecution that I've had to go up against, the only thing I was looking at is how much did you mess up so that I could represent my client well, right? But it didn't mean that I would get them off. So I'm trying to figure out, did these people, over 1,000 people, get convicted of something that they did in a criminal way on January 6th, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so then you come back and they were convicted by what? A jury? Some of them?
Mostly juries, some judges.
And some people actually did what we call a plea bargain, correct?
Correct.
Meaning that they walked in and they said, I am guilty, correct?
Yes.
Let me start by explaining to the American people why we are here and why this new committee is necessary. The previous select committee assembled by Speaker Pelosi was a sham from the start. It was a total sham. For the first time in the history of Congress, the Speaker rejected the minority leader selections for who would serve on a select committee. Pelosi installed two of her puppets, Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney. They both hated Donald Trump and the MAGA movement. The stated purpose of that committee was to examine the security failures and events that led to the breach of the Capitol and to provide recommendations to ensure that it never happens again. But that is not what the previous January 6th committee did. Instead, it set out to destroy Donald Trump and the MAGA movement by convincing the American people that Donald Trump coordinated a violent white supremacist insurrection to overthrow the U.S. government. They did this to justify the prosecution of his supporters and former administration officials and to ensure that he could never become president again. Today, we can say they failed. And in the end, they released this 845-page report that failed to achieve the stated purpose of the committee. Instead, it sought to blame the entire event on Donald Trump, whose name was mentioned 4,207 times. The word insurrection, which not a single person was actually charged with, is mentioned 78 times. The Proud Boys are mentioned 218 times, while Antifa, who intelligence confirmed planned to be present, is only mentioned 20 times. The words white supremacy and white nationalists are mentioned 23 times, and MAGA is mentioned 17 times. Meanwhile, Ashley Babbitt, the only person who died by firearm, is mentioned just 5 times. Oh, and remember how we found out from the December 2024 IG report that the FBI had 26 confidential human sources, or CHSs, in the crowd that day? CHSs are mentioned a total of zero times in this report. I know it's been a long time, but remember Ray Epps. Let me introduce you again to Ray Epps. Play the video.
Into the Capitol! Into the Capitol! We are going to the Capitol, where our problems are. It's that direction. Please spread the word. All right, no, Dave, but one more thing.
Yeah, so can we go up there? No?
When we go in,
are we going to get arrested if we go up there?
Yeah, you don't need to get shot.
Arrest us.
Now, despite Epps' actions on that day and despite him being number 16 on the January 6th Most Wanted page for months, his name is mentioned 0 times in that 840-page document. 0. The previous committee's report highlights that I believe some 2,000 protesters entered the U.S. Capitol building on that day. It's on page 77. By conservative standards, that's less than 2% of the total estimated number of protesters present in the Capitol complex, 120,000 on January 6th. Why didn't the other 98% of protesters rush to the Capitol if that's what Trump supposedly wanted? Why did they not listen to Donald Trump's orders and commands? Why did the vast majority never enter the Capitol building? The first breach occurred 20 minutes before Trump's speech ended. Why would Trump supporters leave a Trump speech and breach the Capitol before the grounds even ended? I yield back the balance of my time.
All right. So first, Jasmine Crockett is a fool. There is no way that anybody can look at her in the face, listen to her talk, and actually think she knows what she's talking about. Now, I know she claims that she was a lawyer, but come on. I know a lot of lawyers, and they are nowhere near as clueless as Jasmine Crockett. And this dude right here, Mr. Nels, I don't even know how you say his name, but he fact-checked the crap out of Jasmine Crockett. All she does is spill out of her diarrhea from the mouth, racist remark after racist remark, lie, lie, lie. How the heck is Jasmine Crockett in office? How the heck? So if you're watching right now and you're a big Jasmine Crockett fan, I would love to know why. I don't think I've ever heard her say anything that actually makes any sense. All I hear her talk about is she goes on TV and she just cusses, throws out F-bombs, and talks about how bad Trump is, how racist we all are. So if you are a big Jasmine Crockett fan, I would love, and I mean love, to know, what am I missing? What am I missing? So in this video right here, to me, it's just fact after fact after fact, making Jasmine Crockett look more and more stupid than she already looks, okay? And what's sad is I'm from Texas, and she's in Texas, but I don't think she's going to hold her seat for very long, right? The redistricting, and then I hear that she's running for Senate. Jasmine Crockett, good luck. All of the fans out there that are supporting Jasmine Crockett, her days are numbered. If you disagree, I would love to know why. I know you're going to attack me in the comments. You're going to be like, you racist white dude, and you're going to be all over me. Okay, so why don't you come with facts? What is one thing that Jasmine Crockett has done since she's been in office that is worth the crap? Love to know. All right. Hey, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Hit that like button so we can spread it all out there to either Jasmine Crockett fans or non-Jasmine Crockett fans. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.